Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Happy June 1st. It is color of the month time. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I feel like I haven't talked to you guys in a really, really long time. Okay, so we are 6 months into the color of the month. 6 months. Can you guys believe that? 6 months of taking a deeper dive into a different color every month. 6 months of education and learning together and fun. Um, which I love. Color. Why are we doing this? So let me start over. Hi, I am Toy Sweeney, founder of the Well Dressed Brand, author of the book Secrets of a Well Dressed Brand. And each month since January is what we were talking about, is that we've been taking a deeper dive into a different color every month. Why are we doing this? Because one of the things that I talk about is using your wardrobe as a business strategy, and I feel like color is really underestimated when it comes to building your business and when it comes to building your personal brand. Color is one of the most important considerations when it comes to those two things. We don't realize that we're surrounded by color everywhere. Sometimes we take notice and sometimes we don't. But there's so many different opportunities for us to use color. Some people, we've gone through so many different colors, but are you really conscious of it when you have a big meeting, when you're going to teacher conference? I need to slow down this morning. When you're meeting with friends, when you're revamping or recreating your personal brand or leveling it up, when you're going to get to that next level, we don't really always think about those things. And so why is color so important? Because color can sway the thinking of your clients. 85% of shoppers, and of course, as we're talking about the impact that it has on your business, 85% of shoppers claim that color is the primary reason. And I talk about this in my book, Secrets of a Well-Dressed Brand. 85% of shoppers claim that color is the primary reason for buying. Consumers make subconscious judgments about a product. Let that sink in for a minute. You are the product, right? That's the whole crux of being a personal brand, is that you are the product. You've been the product for quite some time. So consumers are making a subconscious judgment about a product. Within 90 seconds of seeing the product, think about yourself, based on color alone. That's crazy. So this month we are talking about the color yellow. Listen, I'm going to be honest. You guys know, trying to get through last month for purple. Purple was tough. Purple was tough for me. I'm not going to lie. But I'm excited about yellow. I like the color yellow. These are my personal items in the back of me. You can't see it as much on Instagram, but I have like a yellow little vegan leather jacket. Of course, my favorite color is red. And, so there's like pops. So this is a good representation of my closet. There's like pops of neutrals and brights and all of the things. So today we're talking about the color yellow. The history of the color yellow. Guess what? Yellow is one of the oldest colors in history. It has been seen in cave paintings in for over 17,000 years. Isn't that crazy? The color yellow is 17,000 in cave paintings over 17,000 years ago. 17,000 years ago. That's crazy. The yellow pigment comes from ochre, and it was really readily available in prehistoric times, and it's one of the first pigments used in cave art. I thought that was kind of cool. But as I was doing research on this, the yellow is such an iconic color. And because I was looking through just different moments in history, and those of you who will get your email for the color of the month a little bit later, I know I'm doing this way early because I have to get to another job. In addition to running my business, I have to go to work today too. So I had to get this thing going this morning. But listen, I was looking at all of these iconic moments in fashion around the color yellow. Now I have to find my little. Oh, here we go. I made it easy for myself and didn't even realize. So before we really get into the meaning of it, let's just talk about this for a minute. We had the 2015 Rihanna Met Gala gown, and then of course there was all the memes about how the yellow, the fur and the train was draping down the stairs, and there was all these memes about how it looked like cheese. There was a meme about cheese pizza. Don't disrespect Rihanna like that. That gown was fire, but you can't help but give a chuckle because it was kind of funny. 2016. And Beyonce lit us all on fire with the Lemonade album, and the song called Hold Up, where she wore the iconic yellow dress carrying the baseball bat. If you have not checked out that video, make sure that you do it. If you signed up for the color of the month, when you get your email today, I have the designer, the runway version of the dress, plus the Beyonce version of the dress so you can see the difference. And as a side note, can we just talk about how I think that yellow might be Beyonce's favorite color? I'm going to post some of this later, maybe later in the week or next week, because on for those of you who follow me on Instagram, on Tuesdays when we do the lives, and in between the lives I post different things in reference to the color of the month. So I always do makeup looks. I do, there's a Pinterest board for those of you who are not on in the I need to let me slow down this morning. For those of you who have yet to sign up for the email, make sure you head over to toyswinnie.com, put in your email address so you can get the newsletter. So those of you who are signed up, you know that you get access to the Pinterest board for yellow. There's another Amazon Live, where I'm going through different products on Amazon. But anyway, the reason that I was saying all of that is so there are some other tidbits in the newsletter that I won't cover today. But when I was doing my research, I was saying all that to say when I cover it on Tuesdays, I always post different celebrities spotted in whatever the color of the month. Listen, Beyonce's going to need her own post because I found over 20 times throughout her career or nearly that, where she was wearing the color yellow. So that was crazy in itself. Also, we had 2001, Renee Zellweger, her Oscar red carpet look was so talked about that year. When I think of the color yellow, of course, I think about these things, but as a kid that grew up in the 80s and grew up watching Kung Fu theater on Saturdays with my cousins and my uncles, I think about Bruce Lee in the iconic yellow jumpsuit. And it's crazy because there wasn't really a significant story behind the jumpsuit from what I can gather. It was just they had a black one and they had a yellow one. And if you've ever seen the Game of Death, and those of you who got the newsletter, I put the clip in there for you. So there's this scene, and I didn't put this clip in there, but there's a scene in Game of Death where he's fighting NBA player Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. And as you can imagine, you've seen Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. He's huge compared to Bruce Lee. And so there's this scene where Kareem Abdul-Jabbar needed to kick Bruce Lee, and they had a black jumpsuit and a yellow one. I wish the story was a better one behind the color. And they just needed the footprint to show up. That was the only reason they ended up choosing the yellow one, but it turned into this really iconic moment because Bruce Lee passed away, unfortunately, and didn't get to finish the movie. So, excuse me, if I'm not mistaken, it was his last movie. And so that inspired the yellow jumpsuit that Uma Thurman wore in the movie Kill Bill in 2003. So anyway, I just needed to talk about some of those really iconic moments for the color yellow. Do any of you remember those things that we talked about? I feel like it was as clear as yesterday. And I think I was in seventh grade. I think it was like seventh grade, and I remember wearing to school this oversized sweatshirt that had like this batwing sleeve. I had, my Jerry curl curly perm, and I take the headband and I put it over my neck and flip my hair forward. I had hair then, and put my 80s headband on, and I wore like stirrup leggings and yellow patent leather penny loafers with the pennies in them. No, I remember I was trying to be different. So I remembered I put dimes in my penny loafers. I was foretelling that I was going to be a 10. I didn't know anything about that at that age, but I did put dimes in there. And I remember that outfit like it was yesterday. They were my favorite pair of shoes that I owned at that time was these yellow patent leather penny loafers, and I love them. I'll never forget. My mother's youngest sister, my aunt Ellen, lived with us at the time, and we're not super far in age, and so I remember I came home from school one day. And I was walking up to our apartment, and she was wearing my yellow patent leather penny loafers, and I was take them off right now. Take them off right now. And she looked really cute too. She had this long yellow bodycon, like mid-cat midi dress on. It was which I guess I thought was creativity, but it's all coming from the left side of the brain. So it is a practical. It's the color of a practical thinker, not the dreamer. Isn't that? I mean, I found that really fascinating because I've been wrong all these years. So of course the color yellow takes on different meanings and symbolism in different cultures. It's so important that we talk about things like that. Listen, I'm catching this what Lord? I can't. It's too early. This is just my second cup of coffee. Yellow. That's what I was trying to say. I'm catching a glimpse of this yellow eyeshadow that I have on. I've never done yellow. Um I've never done yellow eyeshadow before. And so I'm sorry, I got distracted with the that tweet that popped up on my page from Beyonce's Beehive that was talking about her voice. And I was like, wait, somebody commenting on Beyonce and what I was saying about yellow. So that's very interesting. But anyway, I am live on Twitter, so I have to go back and check and see that. But anywho, we're going to talk about what the color yellow means in different cultures, right? Because we typically are looking at a color from the Western world's perspective. But if you are someone who travels or who wants to travel quite a bit, you want to make sure that you are mindful of what these colors mean as you are stepping into other my goodness, you guys, cultures and other countries. You want to be mindful of that. And if some of this is your country or your culture, please let me know if this makes sense because I just do a lot of research because I am such a fashion nerd. I'm such a nerd in general. And so something that's very powerful, but I bet you really don't think about. If you do, let me know in the comments. All right. So the impacts of yellow, creative. The color of it's creative in the sense that, again, it's more left brain. So it's fostering a safe environment for the right brain. Again, it's the color of new ideas. It helps us to find new ways of doing things. It's a quick decision color. Yellow helps you with clear thinking to come up with quick decisions, but it can be impulsive. So you want to be mindful of that. And then sometimes it can be anxiety producing depending on where you want to use it. So it's, definitely a color that you want to be mindful of when and how you're using it. It's a fast moving color so much time. So it can be agitating and kind of, and some people, it may instill a sense of nervousness or emotional instability. So, if you're somebody who suffers with anxiety, you having a yellow room in your house may not be calming. Remember, we talked about the color blue. That's what you want to use because that's a very calming color. Um, it can be yellow, can make people more mentally analytical, self-critical, both of themselves and others. So you have to think about that as well. It's a very non-emotional color. It relates to the head and not to the heart. And so I think this is great from a wardrobe and movie perspective because anytime they're creating a power dynamic, specifically in women, they always tend to go with white, ivory, and black. No one ever puts someone in yellow, right? Because it's probably seen as too much of a happy color. But I think this is a great way, even if you're, doing lives and things, oh, like I'm doing, and you're talking about something that is coming from the head that's very logical and not from the heart. Um, I don't know. Yellow might be the color for you. So let's see. Where are we on time? All right. So if your favorite color is yellow, really dislikes the color yellow. Anyway. All right. How fun was that? I'm excited, you guys. Have a great rest of your day. Do not forget that if you have not picked up Secrets of a Well-Dressed Brand, make sure you head over to Amazon and get your copy. Makes a great graduation gift as well. And last summer when we launched, when it became an Amazon bestseller, people were buying more than one and giving them as gifts. And so it does make a good girlfriend gift. I cover men in there too, so maybe it might be a great boyfriend gift. Who knows? Or whatever. But yeah, make sure you do that and head over to toysweenie.com and sign up for the newsletter of the month. We are halfway in. And this train is going to shut down in January, and I am not carrying this into the new year. So this is the time for us to grab our community, talk about color, and do all these fun things. All right. Hope that you guys enjoy this. Have a great rest of your day. I'm looking forward to seeing your comments, your thoughts, and your concerns about the color yellow. And let me know if you're going to try this color this month. You know, I got to tell you, I'm not really mad about this yellow eyeshadow. I've never worn yellow eyeshadow in my life. And thank you for those of you who have said to me, this color of the month is really getting me out of my comfort zone. My entire family's